everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm an indie author and welcome back to my channel. I write young adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. I also have a Ko-fi shop with signed paperbacks and swag, which you can also find below. So it's the first time I'm doing this kind of video in a very long time, it feels like. I'm going to be looking back over what I have achieved last month, and we're going to be splitting it into 3 categories: work, health and miscellaneous. And then, for the first time in a while, I'm going to be setting goals for the coming 2 months. So let's jump right in, starting with work. I went back to work this month after 8 months of recovery and just jumped into trying to find a new routine of sorts that would work for me. My focus was just on 2 revision projects: Visible, the 3rd book in the Invisible Quartet, which is hopefully going to the editor in November, and Cramming Chronicles, the 5th Agony, which is the 5th and final book of the Cramming Chronicles series, which should also hopefully go to the editor in April next year. I knew going back to work that I would need to have a softly approach. I hadn't been on any kind of routine before this because I'd been focused on recovery from sepsis, almost dying, and adjusting to my right hand and arm being the way they are now. I didn't know how hard, easy it would be for me to type on both of the new keyboards bought specially to help with my new typing situation, and I did not want to push myself. I also started with a schedule of taking weekends off no matter what, and also allowing myself to have other days off as needed. My focus has solely been on finding a new normal for me, no matter how long it takes. I'm glad to say that I feel like I've had a successful first month. I'm not tracking chapters at the moment, so I can't really tell you how many I did, but I did manage to work through a full pass on both projects, which does feel very much like a win. One of the things I lost access to was my planner. I am right-handed and I could just not make a planner spread the way I used to, which was sad for me. But after trialing a bunch of apps that might work for me in a similar way, I found one that I think fits the bill. It also allows me to tick things off when done, which is a happy win for the dopamine hit. So I feel like my first month back, it went well, and I'm happy to be moving forward. I will just mention in this section, though it kind of feels like it belongs in the next, I'm not sure. But I started a new YouTube channel called Joey on Wheels, which is vlogs about the way back to a routine, about how things are going in my offline author life, and also just a peek at the way life happens to be now. It's linked below for anybody interested. And in health, I had MIPO on the 12th, and that went about as well as expected. A lot of the health stuff right now is just about managing and coping with the way that my life has been drastically changed. My arm brought with it the whole bunch of nerve pain, and so my GP and I have been trying to find the right dosage of gabapentin to help with that. I'm also dealing with a whole bunch of physio and such to basically make myself as strong as possible and also stop me losing too much muscle and all that goes with that. It's also been stopping a lot of fires from popping up. Like, I've been referred to therapy to deal with the medical trauma and all the rest of it, but the therapy here in my hometown that is covered by the NHS has basically said, yeah, we can't offer you that, but here's a bunch of places where you can pay for counselling. So it's been a lot of juggling and a lot of trying to find the right person and a lot of trying to find the funds. I am okay-ish, just the lingering after effects that even after all this time, they've just not been good, but I am still here, which I'm told is the main thing. And in the miscellaneous section, I don't really think there's much to report in this section as of now. Wheelchair walks haven't happened since before the sepsis, but I will say that physio, etc. has helped me adapt to wheeling myself even with my hand like this, and the plan is to maybe start back up wheelchair walks in the new year, which I know is a long way off, but I'm hoping I can meet that goal. All the kitties are still here. Torty has only just forgiven me for disappearing for weeks without prior written kitty consent, but it's all good. I mean, when I came home from the hospital, she looked at me and then she was sulking for about an hour, maybe. And then, you know, once I got set up in bed and stuff, she came to see me and she was kind of like, you know, where have you been and who told you you could leave? It's all good. She's just very protective of her mother. So, yeah. So I'm going to set goals for July and August. So number 1, do 1 draft of Visible. Number 2, do 1 draft of Agony. Number 3, do 1 full week of the new routine. Number 4, take every weekend off. Number 5, send 2 newsletters. Number 6, use Planner app for 2 months. Number 7, post on Instagram every day. And number 8, get back into Threads routine. So I think people know about the Instagram every day. My Threads routine before sepsis and everything else was that I would post that in the morning and just let people know how my day went, because I do my day so early in the morning for most people, so it made sense to sort of like update with, hey, this is what I had on my plate today, this is what I did. And I want to basically get back into that, because obviously while I was still in recovery and sick and all the rest of it, I fell out of that because I didn't have the spoons, I didn't have the energy, I didn't really have much to report either. So I'm slowly starting to get back into that being part of my routine. So that's why it's a goal. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping to come back in like September and say, you know, hey, I did all of these, or I did this many, whatever. I just want to see about getting some goals going so that I can get back into a writing routine, a working routine, and all of that. For the time being, I will be focusing solely on revision projects. I do at some point plan to go back to drafting, but that some point is so far in the future that I haven't even really thought about when it will be. So what's one thing you managed last month that you're really proud of? Let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I've got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like, or subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere. You can also support me in my coffee shop, and you can also sign up for my newsletter. And don't forget to pick up Crabbing Chronicles: The Fourth Torment, which is the 4th in a young adult urban fantasy series. All the links for which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing. Bye.